Do you want to harness the limitless powers of Chat GPT and give yourself superpowers, thus becoming a superhero in the process? Then stick around, because by the end of the video, we'll have explored 10 real-life use cases that you can utilize Chat GPT for superhuman feats.
I mean, these are magical powers that didn't exist not that long ago. So everyone is already superhuman.
No, it won't make you more powerful than a locomotive or able to leap buildings with a single bound. But, as you'll see, several of these techniques can be used in conjunction together to create an even more powerful superhero.
Are you ready?
Number 1 on the list of real-life ChatGPT superpowers is brainstorming, ideation. With just a single prompt, you can have access to the collective wisdom of all human knowledge to help come up with ideas and concepts. For example, let's ask ChatGPT to come up with a list of topic ideas for YouTube videos about ChatGPT. Not bad, but you can delve even further by refining your results with follow-up prompts. In this case, I'm going to better define the target audience to get more specified suggestions. Another helpful tactic is to create multiple prompt threads and then merge the results. For example, let's merge the last 2 threads that we created and include only the results that show up in both responses. I intentionally started with ideation because ideas are the foundation for everything. Fun fact, the only 2 limiting factors in what you're able to accomplish with ChatGPT as your superhero sidekick are your imagination and your ability to write, engineer effective prompts. If you would like to stay current on all ChatGPT prompts and best practices, as well as all breaking news in the world of artificial intelligence, sign up for our weekly newsletter in the link below. The number 2 ChatGPT-enabled superpower is the Universal Translator. ChatGPT is like having the entire United Nations translator team at your beck and call. While this might seem superfluous in a world where Google Translator exists, AI-enabled translations solve a problem that many primary English-speaking users aren't even aware exists. While Google Translate is very good at translating into and out of English, it has historically been less reliable when translating between 2 non-English speaking dialects. ChatGPT OpenAI solves that issue and even translates taking into consideration context, social cues, local dialects, and colloquialisms. Those are things that are common amongst people of that culture.
Got it? Okay.
For example, in America, we might say, when we work hard at something, we put in the elbow grease, which wouldn't translate very well to a non-English speaking, non-native, someone who's not familiar with that expression. So let's put in some elbow grease and continue with our examples of ChatGPT. And stick around, at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you a golden rule for best practices when constructing your ChatGPT prompts.
1 ring to rule them all.
Number 3, personalized tutor or learning coach. Learning is, unto itself, a superpower. And with ChatGPT AI, you can supercharge your learning with the world's most knowledgeable teacher. Artificial intelligence can be thought of as your personal learning mentor, who, incidentally, holds every advanced degree in the world and is privy to all of the world's published information. So let's ask ChatGPT to explain the concepts of artificial intelligence. Quick caveat, ChatGPT's OpenAI gets its data updated through searches in periodic intervals, with the last information being from January of 2022. So events or advancements that occurred after January of 2022, ChatGPT is currently oblivious to. So I guess I should say that ChatGPT is the source of all human knowledge prior to January 2022. This will change as soon as ChatGPT gets its next data update and the data that it has access to becomes more current. For all of us that need current information, Perplexity AI is a chatbot very similar to ChatGPT, but has access to current internet information. Much like with brainstorming and ideation, the results can further be refined by asking ChatGPT to tailor the results for a specific audience. When learning a new or complex task, I find it helpful to ask ChatGPT to present the information as if I were a fifth grader. The fourth way in which ChatGPT can give you superpowers is by analyzing and summarizing large and complex data sets. It's your own personalized superpowered research assistant. So, for example, let's copy and paste the following long and boring text, inputting it into ChatGPT and then asking the AI to create a summary. This is a micro example of how the overall concept of artificial intelligence works. This is exactly what machine learning does. It takes in large amounts of data and then is able to extrapolate answers to user queries based on the data that it has absorbed.
They took everything about me and put it into a computer.
Rather than spending monotonous hours dredging through and analyzing this text, potentially not comprehending,
That's dumb. That is a dumb, stupid, dumb.
depending upon what the subject is, your personal AI assistant just did it for you in seconds flat, allowing you the leisure time to do whatever you want. One way in which I find it helpful to refine these prompts is to ask ChatGPT to present the information in a specific format. For example, for this result, I might ask ChatGPT to refine the results in bullet points, writing 3 sentences about each bullet point. One of the most common ways in which ChatGPT is already currently being used is writing papers, or even potentially novels, with AI as your ghostwriter. With a single prompt, ChatGPT can create creative writings, or even scholarly writings.
When AI figured out how to write your term paper.
But we'll come back to that in a moment. Fun fact, you can specify which writing style you want ChatGPT to write in, describing tone or emotionality, or even, if they're famous enough, or were before January of 2022, you can even ask ChatGPT to write in that author's tone.
Artificial intelligence is going to transform the lives of people around the world.
While I personally would use this for ideas, plot lines, and stories, I would be very hesitant to pass this off as my own writing. More often than not, I will do a rewrite in my own words, or at the very least, a very discerning edit. This functionality can, and has been used by students to write school papers, making headlines and changing the educational system, potentially both in good ways as well as harmful. Setting aside the ethics of using ChatGPT to write your research papers, the cat and mouse game behind the technology and the tech detectors, I personally believe that you are doing yourself a disservice by using artificial intelligence to write your papers for you and then turning them in as your own work.
And which truth is that?
Knowledge is power, and depriving yourself of the learning experience is one of the greatest disservices that you could do to yourself as an individual. AI could be an immensely powerful tool in helping with the learning process, but it can also be utilized to circumvent it. I understand the temptation to write a few prompts and have ChatGPT do the heavy writing for you, but it's not worth the price you pay in depriving yourself of your education. Alright, I'm going to get off my soapbox. As I mentioned earlier, these prompts are modular and can be used in conjunction with each other to achieve even greater results. So, thus far, hypothetically, we could ask ChatGPT to summarize information which we provide, teach us about the subject matter as if we were fifth graders, come up with ideas based on that information that we provided, have it write us a text article on the subject in any style we desire, and then translate that article into multiple languages tailored specifically for local dialect and context in under 2 minutes. Pretty cool, right? I promised you superpowers, and there you have it. And we're not even halfway through the list. You're not going to believe some of the feats that you can accomplish with Chat GPT. That is the perfect segue into the 6th use case of Chat GPT superpowers on our list: content creation. As we've demonstrated, all of the previous uses can be combined in creating content. Blog posts and web articles can be done quickly and efficiently with just a few prompts. Oh yeah, and do you remember how we explored how AI can write in any style? That's even true of you and your writing style. So, for instance, if we provide ChatGPT with some sample texts and examples of articles that I've written previously, and then ask it to write a new article about a different subject, but with my writing style, it'll create an entirely new piece of writing about it, possibly about a subject that I know very little about, using my own tone, writing style, writing characteristics, and vocabulary. Guess I'm screwed on this one. This AI superpower is a double-edged sword. While it's great for creating content as a celebrity or social media personality, it goes without saying that from here on out, until there's an authentication system in place, likely via cryptography and the blockchain, we will all have to view content through a prism of skepticism, so we cannot be entirely sure if it was written by the individual or penned by an AI ghostwriter. This is already true of music and images, and will very soon be true of video as well, but those will all need their respective videos to explore. The 7th ChatGPT superpower we're going to unlock is writing computer code. ChatGPT can write code for simple or repetitive tasks such as file operations, data manipulations, data queries, and even website creation. Using AI, a skill set that once took months to learn and a lifetime to master, can now be done with simple prompts describing to ChatGPT what it is you would like to create and asking it to generate the computer code to make it happen. My sincerest apologies to the computer programmers that spent years learning a skill set that is now widely available through the power of AI.
So it's a race, but it's a race for good.
For example, let's say that we wanted to design a file management system. We could ask ChatGPT to create the following and it'll create the computer code for us. Congratulations, you are now an expert-level computer programmer, limited only by the power of your own imagination. I bet you didn't see that one coming. Congrats. Stacking, pun intended, number 8 on our list of exploring ChatGPT-enabled superpowers is debugging code. When creating computer programs, one of the most frustrating aspects when your program just doesn't quite work right, or at all. It could take hours, sometimes days, scurrying through lines of computer code, hunting for the smallest error that may be causing your design not to work properly. For me, it was always an unclosed bracket, an HTML. ChatGPT just made that search a waste of time. Damn you unclosed brackets, how much time and mental anguish I spent looking for you.
This is the biggest productivity advance in our lifetimes.
As it can easily be utilized to analyze and debug your code without the laborious and mind-numbing prospect of having to read through the code yourself. This can be used in conjunction with the previous tip. Not every code initially generated by AI will immediately be usable right out of the box. You may have to correct bugs and/or refine your desired results to get the program to run the way that you had envisioned. Number 9, personal AI assistant. I'm saving the best for last here, or second to last, as this is one of the most useful and easy to understand functions of Chat GPT. You can have a personalized artificial assistant that simultaneously can be a shopping assistant, healthcare assistant, travel agent, lawyer, advisor, all these roles all rolled into one that gives you customized recommendations tailored to your specific likes and dislikes. It can also be used to set schedules, reminders, and optimize your activities by tailoring best practices to specific situations and what it is that you want to achieve.
Wow, wow.
This can build upon one of the previous tips where you can train the ChatGPT to your specific interests, likes, and dislikes, and then receive information custom curated for you and your specific preferences. When ChatGPT knows its audience, it can customize its output to be specifically useful and relevant. Oh yeah, and fun fact, this sort of artificial intelligence has been happening for years. How do you think YouTube knows which video you might want to watch next, or how Amazon knows which product you might want to buy? And the number 10, ChatGPT superpower possibility, builds upon the previous power, but with a new real-world physical component.
Come with me if you want to live.
ChatGPT can be used to create intelligent chatbots for customer service, sales, support, or personal virtual assistants, providing human-like responses to user queries. This one is a little more involved and difficult to implement. However, we've already seen many examples of many roles in which the ChatGPT's chatbot can fulfill in your life.
Wow.
You can also use the OpenAI's platform and infrastructure to create your own chatbots and functionalities.
You are already superhuman. Are all of us already are cyborgs?
We delve deep into 10 ChatGPT real-life use case examples, and that is only the tip of the iceberg. We are just scratching the surface of what we can accomplish with the power of ChatGPT. Other real-life use case examples include event planning, psychological testing, emergency response, product recommendations, financial advice, game tips and strategies, and there is a whole subcategory of what you can do with ChatGPT in the game playing world, specifically RPGs and character development. Personality assessment, which would be similar to psychological testing, I would assume. Recipe suggestions, travel planning, legal advice, news summarization, career guidance, medical assistant, virtual shopping assistant, and therapy as well as counseling. And this is still just a fraction of the potential use cases that ChatGPT and artificial intelligence is currently being utilized for. And as an added bonus, on 11th ChatGPT superpower, music. ChatGPT can be utilized to write your own music and lyrics. And who doesn't like the gift of music?
We're driving innovation in artificial intelligence, and it is astounding.
There is an infinite number of use cases that you can utilize ChatGPT for. It's limited only by your imagination. Using the instructions previously covered in the ChatGPT beginners video, think step by step, you can break down any overly complex task into steps, and then ask ChatGPT to either complete or to give you instructions on how to complete those steps.
AI is all around us.
Much like all of artificial intelligence, this technology is only going to evolve. It is only going to be better than it is today. Therefore, the end users, the real-life use cases, only evolve as well. We will end up with use cases that we can't even fathom today. As a final thought, as promised, the golden rule for prompt engineering
One ring to rule them all.
is to be clear, concise, and succinct. Provide ChatGPT with clear and concise instructions as to what it is you want, and as much context and relevant information as necessary, but not to provide irrelevant information.
It's possible that AI will replace everything about me.
As soon as we have a tutorial video on how to create your own Chat GPT AI-enabled chatbots, as soon as we have it available, I'll leave it here. In the meantime, check out this video on this revolutionary new hardware device created by a group of ambitious college students. No, not those college students, but they did create this device using the Chat GPT OpenAI platform. And Apple should take notice.
This is the biggest productivity advance in our lifetimes.